Hello everyone. Again, you have found graphing equations in slope intercept form. This is an examples video to accompany today's lesson. So let's get right to it. All right. So let's look at example number one. Suppose I know the slope of my line is 1/4 and the y-intercept is -3. Then what is the equation of the line? Well, since the slope is 1/4, I type 1/4 x, and the y-intercept is -3, so that's going to be, make that a -3. And there's the equation of my line. Okay, so if a line has a slope of 1/4 and a y-intercept of -3, then the equation of the line is y equals 1/4 x minus 3. Y equals mx plus b. M is 1/4, b is 1/3. B is -3. Okay, so let's look at example number two. Suppose I have an equation in slope-intercept form. Well, I want to write an equation in slope-intercept form for the graph that's shown here. Well, if I look at the graph, I can measure the slope as the rise over run. If I look here from this point to this point, if I go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 2, 1, 2, I'll be at the second point. So my rise is 4 and my run is 2. Well, what is 4 divided by 2? 4 divided by 2 is, is 2. So my slope is 2. So I got to multiply that by x, and you can see that these two lines have the same slope. But the y-intercept of my green line is -3. So move over 3, and there's the equation of the line. So again, the slope, I go from one point to the other. This point, I start at the y-intercept, I go up 4 over 2, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. So my slope is 2, and my y-intercept is at -3, so 2x minus 3 is the equation of my line. All right, let's look at example 3. Suppose I want to graph the linear equation y equals -2x minus 1 on Inspire. Well, since I'm inside of a document, all I can do, I can just press dot 4, 4. Let's go dot 4, 4, and now I just simply graph the line. It's going to insert a page, so I need uh, y equals -2x minus 1. Since y is the same as f of x, I don't have to type the y. I can just go -2x minus 1 and press enter, and there it is. If you want to graph something and you don't see this entry line, just press tab and it'll show back up again. And you see if I go up, I'll be right back where I was before. Okay, so tab hides it or shows it. Okay, you might have to scroll up. So tab is how you would show that. And then sometimes you'll need to move this around. Okay, so that's how you get the graph here. Remember, if you want to show the grid, it's just menu 2, 6, 3. Oops, sorry, I think I hit the wrong thing. Let's try it again. Nobody wants to see that. Let's undo what I did. Control. Okay, if I ever want to show the grid, menu 2, 6, 3. And now I can see the grid. Sometimes it's easier to see the points when you have the grid showing. Okay, our next example, let's see if I can get to it. Next example, video rentals. A video store charges $10 for a rental card plus $2 per rental. So write an equation in slope intercept form for the total cost y of buying a rental card and renting X movies. So if they charge $10 for a rental card, that's the upfront cost. So I'm going to start there. All right. Then plus $2 plus $2 per rental, per X. because I don't know how many movies I'm renting, but I'm going to pay $2 for each one. So that's X multiplied by 2. And there's the equation. So just press enter, and that's how you put that in there. Okay. I don't need this extra line there. Okay. And since I know the equation is 10 plus 2x, how do I find the cost of buying a rental car and renting 6 movies? Well, what I can do with that is I can graph this function, 10 plus 2x. I'm just going to actually graph it, maybe a little, I'm going to do a doc 4, 4, and my equation was 10 plus 2x. And if I do a control T, let me get that control after, first of all, let's make sure I hit enter because I forgot to do that. Then I go control T. The cost of X is the number of rentals. So the cost of 6 rentals should be $22. Looking at my graph there. Now, another way you could have done this is you could have gone to the home screen, or you could have even gone to your scratch pad here, and you could have defined, you could have menu 1 1. Let me show that again. I could have gone menu 1 1, and I could have defined f of x as 2x plus 10. And so if x is 6, then I just need to find out what, press variable f of 6. And that'll give me 22. No, how much would 10 rentals, how much would 100, maybe 100, oh, no, let me see, how much would 23 rentals cost? So just f of 23. And so there are many ways we could have done this problem there. Okay, so that concludes the video.